Welcome, everybody. This is another episode of MOT Today, kind of improvised. We wanted to do another live stream for you guys today. We did one yesterday, but moving forward, the consistent dates that you'll be finding us is Tuesdays and Fridays at about 11:45 in the evening, Eastern Standard Time. And then, as always, I will be here Monday through Friday doing the Honest Hour. But there's a little bit to talk about today. And I'm American because of illegal immigration. You mad? Okay. I don't know that you're an American because of that, but okay. Thank you for the rose.
Make sure you guys tap the screen. Let's get a bunch of people in here so we can all talk about this stuff.
Yeah, so, all right. The United States is planning on giving Ukraine another $1 billion after they've already authorized like another $550 million to Ukraine. And this is subject to change. We'll find out more come Monday. And this is going to be under, I think it's called like the president. It's something to do where I can't remember the exact act's name, but basically the president has the authority to allocate, certain resources to countries in need during an emergency without the need of Congress. And that's what they're enacting potentially to give Ukraine another $1 billion of military aid.
Yeah, it's like their universal basic income. Every month they get like a couple billion.
I know. It's crazy. Somebody says starting a family farm is nice fantasy. Nobody younger than 50 has the work ethic to do that. You sound too negative to even be here. Speak for yourself. I'm younger than 50. I have a better work ethic than you. Mick is younger than 50. He has a better work ethic than you.
Yeah, bro, you got to be strong, man. You can't be weak like that, crying and stuff.
Right. My daughter, that's right next to me, everybody on YouTube can see. Adelaide, has a better work ethic than that. Not farm. I work at a farm, bro. I help at a farm. So, yeah.
They will have more work ethic whenever shit hits the fan and they don't have a choice.
Right. Remember when Trumpy tried extorting Ukraine? LOL. I don't remember that, actually. But, what's with the negativity? You mean Ukraine? No, America. It's all of America, bro. I mean, we're all just like, everybody has their Ukrainian flags. Everybody's like, yay, go Zelensky. You the boy, you the man.
Yeah, the next thing that people are going to put on their cars is the Taiwan flag here soon.
Right.
That's going to be the new thing.
Can you imagine Antifa members feeding pigs? Who cares about them? Maybe some of them will change over time.
Feeding them pigs? Oh,
what is purity and honor culture? So purity culture is just basically saying that you will save yourself for marriage, which is what it should be. And it's honored to be able to give your self to somebody else and only one other person. And then as far as honor culture, it just means that, people take more, they care more about their reputation in society, and they care more about their family and protecting their family. That's essentially what it is.
I would prefer my sons not get with some hoochie mamas, I'd like them to have security in their lives.
Right. Yeah, exactly. And my daughters, I'm going to be picking good men for my daughters. Yes, I will be bringing that back. Arranged marriages should be back. Notice how men had a recorded phone call, show your cult leader doing wrong and not believing it. I don't know what you're talking about. Honestly, I don't know what you're talking about at all. I don't have a cult leader. If you're talking about Trump, I will tell you all the things that I don't like about Trump. Billions are being laundered by America, by the American government.
Oh, yeah. Ukraine should just look like a washing machine at this point.
I mean, yeah, come on. Why are we still giving them money? They're no longer even in a viable situation. Trump and the Ukraine situation. I quite honestly have no clue what you're talking about. None whatsoever. I did not hear that news. yeah, I read quite a bit, but there's some things that I just don't know about. And if he did what you said that he did, all right. Bro, the U.S. is awesome and only does evil stuff when the guy I like isn't president. yeah, that's how most people think, for sure.
Yeah.
I'm consistent.
Most people just don't even pay attention.
Exactly. Yeah, Mick and I are pretty consistent. We think that right now the United States is in a pretty bad situation, but that doesn't mean everybody in the government's bad. It doesn't mean everybody in the government's evil, but there definitely are evil people there. It's the reason he was impeached. I thought he was impeached for different reasons. I mean, he's been impeached how many times? They've tried to impeach him how many times? I don't know. And who really cares? Nobody really cares. You have no clue.
So it'll be interesting to see how long we keep funneling money into. I guess we'll probably just keep giving them money until they're not there anymore. I don't know, and then just Russia just seizes all of it.
Right. Look at what's happening now. Who is president? Joey B. Joey B. He's the prez, allegedly. Not tried. They impeached him twice. I don't think they actually impeached him, by the way. I don't think it ever went through. Purity culture. Saving yourself for marriage, essentially. Teflon Don, nothing sticks. Imagine that. Big Pharmaceutical owns Trump. Probably. Then why bring up his impeachment if no one cares? I'm not bringing it up. He's bringing it up.
I think you could make the argument that anybody who takes a handful of pharmaceutical pills every day and
let's be careful.
Required to take them is owned by the pharmaceutical companies.
Yeah, for sure. Yes, they impeached him twice. Who cares? They impeached him twice. Nobody really cares. It's all theater.
What does
anyway.
that even mean? If they impeached him, he was still the president, though.
Yeah.
What does that even mean? I was confused by that too because I thought they said that he was impeached. I'm like, well, he's still there. Like, what does that mean? He's impeached.
Yeah, these aren't even the topics. So who really cares?
Yeah. So I mean, I don't really have much to say about the Ukraine thing. Really, I mean, I don't know much more. Hello, Mike.
Hey, how you guys doing today?
Doing well. Yourself?
Fantastic.
I'm doing pretty good. So maybe you guys can shed some light on this. Just so you guys know, I'm moderate. I don't vote primary for presidents. I'm usually independent when I vote. But here's a question, and maybe you guys can inform me on where this works, because I find this kind of funny, kind of hypocritical. The fact that Texas and Arizona are driving migrants to DC. So this is why I find it hypocritically funny. So for the most part, Republicans are against taxes. So to take that money, the taxpayer money, and then drive them all the way to DC has got, especially in today's society with gas prices so high. And then not only do they drive them to DC, but they drive them further into America.
Yeah, they're taking them to New York City as well. I think about over 5,000 have been sent to D.C. and about 1,000 have been sent to New York. And actually, it's only costing about $1,400 per immigrant, which I think is a fair trade, especially if you're putting your people at risk of getting like robbed or AP'd or things like that.
Well, you make a good point, but for the most part, for a high majority of the part, these people are not bad people.
They don't send their best over here, brother. They don't send their best.
Why take the risk?
Believing what Donald Trump says, especially from a habitual liar.
They don't. I'm not believing what Trump says. I'm just looking at the evidence. The best don't come over here, bro. They stay where they're planted.
No, not necessarily. Because most of them are legally hardworking citizens.
Okay,
so,
yeah, that's a narrative that the mainstream media promotes, which is a lie.
Oh, really? Oh, so who works the fields? You think Americans work the fields?
Yeah, they do. I work I help a farm. I help a farm right now.
Oh, okay. What state do you reside in?
I don't have to. I'm not going to disclose this information, but I'm in the Midwest.
Of course you're not. I get you. I understand. Yeah, you wouldn't want to do that because someone might locate you. You know, being the internet and everything in today's society. Yeah, no. I live in California. I live where the fields are, and I can tell you every morning they get up around 5:30 and go to work. So I don't know what you're looking at. I mean, I know that America's
I'm telling you right now that
very few of them do.
that I participate in this. There are Americans that do, for sure. And you are correct that a lot of Americans outsource the labor, which is wrong. They shouldn't do. They should raise big families and then have their families work the field. That's what should happen, and that's what we're promoting here.
Well, and I agree with that. I do. I think that would be one way to sort of minimize the the rush of immigrants coming across into America, right? But the problem is that we don't. We just don't. And a good example of that is Georgia, where they tried to do that, and they almost sunk the entire economy because they tried to do that.
Yeah, I mean, I don't think that the people immigrants and stuff, I don't think they're lazy. I don't think they're all bad people. I just think that.
Hang on, really quick. Everybody in the comment section, you do understand that I am Puerto Rican, right? So all this white supremacy talk is literally insane.
Why are they saying you're a white supremacist? That's stupid. It's like if that's the best they can come up with, then they're just wasting their time.
I'm Puerto Rican.
No, you dude. This is the first time I even talked to you, and
he has hair on his head.
Yeah,
like, how can you be a white supremacist? This shit doesn't even make sense. Tap the screen, people.
There you go. Exactly, right? I mean, it's just stupid that.
And mixed Italian.
I mean, you don't even have to. You could be white as
no,
white,
I get it. I get it. Trust me.
You to be a white supremacist.
I get it.
You know what I mean?
I get it. I just wanted everybody to know it's insane.
It's such a lame. It's just a lame label. It's as bad as Trump-tard or Libtard or whatever.
Yeah, 100%.
It's just stupid.
Latinos can be white too. Very silly boy.
Yeah. So getting back to the topic, though, I mean, I don't think that the immigrants are all lazy. I don't think they're all bad people. I do think that the federal government is responsible for this. They're very lackadaisical in their response to the crisis or whatever. And, if Texas and Arizona want to do that, I don't see why they shouldn't be allowed. And I think it's hilarious, actually. And, hopefully, I hope the best for those people. The Pentagon. Actually, the mayor of D.C. just asked for help. I see the bubbles. That's funny. The mayor of D.C., Muriel Bowser, which is a funny name. She asked the Pentagon for help to get the National Guard to help register all these people, get all these immigrants, shipped off across the country, or whatever they do with them. And the Pentagon denied them because they said it could put them at risk.
No more bubbles.
In case there was some other type of actual emergency so that's, it was an article I read. That's kind of where we.
And I agree with you. It is funny, right? It is funny. I just find it hypocritical because it's everything that the conservatives or the Republican Party are against. They don't want immigrants. They don't want taxpayer money to waste taxpayer money. But here they are doing both at the same time.
Yeah, but how much more money do you think it would? Like I said, it's only
exactly.
So DC. How much more do you think it would cost?
So you have to
them in your society.
Yeah, you have to do a cost analysis, and what's going to be more cost effective? Probably what they're doing will be more cost effective, not just from an economic standpoint, but from a societal standpoint as well. So I don't think it's.
Don't know about that.
I don't think it's very hypocritical.
Why is that? Why are you saying that that's less cost effective when it's proven that most of these guys are?
No, they're not. I mean, you can look it up. Most crime comes from my kind of people, unfortunately. In the United States, most crime comes from my kind of people.
Well,
either way, it's $1,400 to bust them. How long is it going to take them to get these people jobs? Is it going to be a high-paying job? They're going to have to find somewhere to live. How much is rent? The president needs to do something about this, but he doesn't even know how to use a toilet. So I'm not really sure what's going to happen.
Is he flushing papers down the toilet as well?
He probably is. But they'll say it's because he's senile, and they won't try to get him in trouble for it.
Yeah, there's no doubt. I don't think either either president. I mean, I don't say either president, but Biden or Trump runs again. I hope to God that's not the case.
They're both gonna run. I'm not rooting for either of them.
You think?
Oh yeah. It's gonna be a lot of entertainment this November, and that in a few years.
So like four years ago, we had the highest turnout ever in voting, and then 4 years later, we'll probably have the lowest turnout in voting history. Because I don't see a whole lot of people wanting to vote either of these guys.
Well, I think they're going to run. I'm not sure who's going to win the ticket for the Republicans.
Oh, do you believe that Trump could actually lose the Republican Party if he runs?
I'm not really sure. I personally think that there's going to be I think there's going to be some third party action in there because people are just getting sick of this shit and they want change. I don't know.
No,
what
man.
You think? Tap the screen.
No, there ain't going to be no third-party action.
I
It's going to be very minimal.
Third-party action would be a lot, but is the media going to allow it? I mean, we had Tulsi Gabbard on the Democratic side, and then she blows up Kamala Harris, and then it's right after she blows up Kamala Harris for her record on incarceration of black people. She never hits the screen again. They completely ban her. And
They didn't let Gary John. They didn't let Joe Jorgensen debate, the Libertarian candidate. The media is corrupt, man. That's why we're here. Maybe we'll have some third-party candidates up on here.
No, man. That third-party candidates, I don't think will ever be a thing on the national scale.
Or the conservative guy that's running in Canada, man. Like from last night, like I was saying.
Yeah.
I actually, that's the person who I actually voted for in 2020 was Joe Jorgensen or Jorgensen. I think it's Jorgensen, right?
Joe Jorgensen, yeah. Now that I look back on it, I probably wouldn't have. I probably would have just not voted altogether. But I don't know. I'd be interested to see who I pick this time if I even do. They have to be somebody very worthwhile.
Yeah, I made that mistake voting for a Green Party 4 years prior to that when Barack Obama was running, and I'm like, and all that came out about how she was hoarding money and shit like that. And I'm like, fuck, what a waste. So, Eddie, on your topics, when you say bring back purity culture, what does that actually mean?
Yeah, make it shameful to have sex outside of marriage.
Well, that's an interesting stance. That is something I haven't heard since Leave It to Beaver.
Don't even know what that is.
I don't know what it is. It sounds old, though.
Okay, so I know I was just sort of made a little joke about what you're saying, but I am curious. Why do you feel that way?
Because promiscuity brings down society, and having intimacy with people that you don't intend to raise a family with is immoral. You end up breaking them psychologically slowly over time. And it just makes children are the future. Children are the best investment anybody can make. Family is the backbone of every nation. So promoting anything aside from family, creating, what's the word I'm looking for? Environments. Then your society is bound to fall.
Yeah, and whenever we were younger, we were promiscuous. But as you get older, you start realizing what actual values are and stuff like that. And I don't want that shit for my kids. My mom was married. She's married 4 times now. She just got married last year to the right man finally. And she's like 60 years old. She's like 54 or some shit. I feel terrible for not even knowing my mom's age. Her birthday's coming up, so I'm about to figure out.
I don't know my mom's age either.
I don't know my mom's age either. You lose track after you move out of the house, and you're just like, Mom, you're old. Okay, congratulations, happy birthday.
I always get her a candle.
That's cool. Oh, that's cool. Right on.
So yeah, but my mom's changed a lot too. As she's got older.
Thank you.
She had a lot of problems. Now my mom, how they have like crazy cat ladies. My mom's like the crazy plant lady, dude. She's like all about self-sustainability. She's got like 500 plants, like huge. She wants to get a cow. Like she's a lot better than she used to be, but And like my father, I don't know him. He used to live in Italy, but he was promiscuous. I mean, it's just not a good way to raise your kids because then they think that shit's okay. And then all it does is cause problems for them. Next thing you know, they get like 3 baby mamas. Their life's ruined or it's damn near ruined. So yeah, it's just, we think that things need to change. Like we need to be the change in the world.
Yeah, I mean, it would be awesome if that was the case. I mean, I'm married. I've never cheated on my wife. I don't ever plan. I mean, I don't ever speak in absolutes, but if there was an absolute, that would probably be as close as it would get. So it is probably the worst trust that you could break, I believe. Is that, you know what I mean? If you would depict the one thing that would break anybody's trust with your partner, it would be promiscuity.
The only advice from my dad was not to get. Well, your dad sounds like that was not good advice your dad gave you. You should be doing that. You should be. That means that means he doesn't think that you should give him grandchildren. That's insane. No. What are you doing? My daughter just like came over here. They're only 2 years old, and she just like grabbed my phone. So
yeah, I mean, we're just trying to promote good values. That's all.
Hang on. So there's a couple comments in here about Andrew Tate. I've done a couple streams about the guy. I told you guys, I don't really. There's a couple things that he gets. There's a lot of stuff that he doesn't get. He's very hypocritical in a lot of ways. Do we enjoy watching Andrew Tate? I'm not even sure if they know who Andrew Tate is. I find him in.
I don't know who Andrew Tate is. I've heard the name. He's popped up like a bunch of times recently, but I have no idea who the guy is.
Yeah, so he's entertaining, but I mean, I don't agree with a lot of what he says. He's entertaining. Nobody here is idolizing Andrew Tate.
Yeah, the only thing I really like about, like, I saw just a few videos. I don't like go out of my way to watch them, but whenever, you know, he was talking about how to raise his kid, how he would raise his son. Like, I don't even know if he has kids, but he was saying, like, you know, no, you're going to do this. Like, you're not just going to do whatever you want. Like, you got to raise your kids, teach them how to be men and shit. Like, because, you know, you're the adult.
What did they say that we're being toxic masculine by saying that or something?
That's what they would want you to think, yeah. But we got somebody in the comment section. They're asking at the first point. Yeah, so what we're talking about is in the first point with Ukraine pimps America is that the United States government is planning on sending another $1 billion to Ukraine. This will all be finalized on Monday. It's subject to change until then. But yeah, Mike, is there anything else you want to talk about? Because we got somebody else that's been waiting in the queue.
Oh, no. But thank you for having me on, and I appreciate both of your guys' opinions and input. So have a great day.
Thanks. You too, man.
You too, man. Peace.
All right.
Make sure you guys tap the screen.
Here. Okay, there was somebody else that wanted to come in here, but I don't know where they're at now. So, if you want to come back in, feel free to send another request. So yeah, we spent $2 trillion on Afghanistan. I don't care about $20 billion going against Russia. You should. Why do we want to? Purity culture is not a culture of freedom. It is actually. It's more liberating than what you think liberation is. Because what you're talking about is creating a sense of slavery to your feelings. That's what you become, a slave to your emotions.
Yeah, I mean, this is a big thing, though. Like, you know, it's going to take a lot for this to change. Really, we just need men to raise their families right and not be promiscuous. Like, it all comes down to the man thing. If the man
100%.
is promiscuous. Generally, women will be faithful if you pick the right one who isn't already an unfaithful person.
Yep, fact. And this is the thing that, you know, people ask, you know, why is it okay for a man to have more than one wife? Like, I don't see anything wrong with that. Hang on, we got somebody else want to come in. I'll pick up on that in a second. Hey, what's going on?
Did I screw up? Hey, what's going on?
I think it's from you,
right,
man.
Sorry about that. I'll drop out. Thank you.
You come back on in whenever.
This guy was actually in here first. He just now
Okay.
popped back in. Hey, what's going on?
Hey.
What's going on?
Hey. Hey. So what's up, non-official? Can you hear us?
Hello?
Yes, we can hear
Hello.
you. All right.
Uh-oh.
Whatever. You're
Must be
awesome,
the
man.
Canadian internet going
Thanks.
down again.
You have an issue with sending money to Ukraine, but you don't have an issue with sending money to it. No, you're wrong. You're assuming. Why do you assume that? I'm against that as well. You know what they say about assuming.
Yeah, people are complaining how much it's costing to send these immigrants to DC and New York, but nobody cares about us sending billions to Ukraine. I mean, we could build houses for all those immigrants. There's like 6,000 something they got sent up north. You could probably build houses for all of them.
You could,
that much
but
money.
you don't. Don't do that.
I'm not saying that that'd be the right way to do it. I'm just saying,
Yeah, I
it's
know.
interesting how people
MAGA
complain about
equals.
stupid shit.
Let's bring back 1930s. 1930s America. We simply have their money. I don't know what that was. I got a problem with sending money to aligned body America. Yeah. I have no problem with that. Who are we honoring? Trump? No, not at all. Honor your family. Honor yourself. Honor your nation. Honor God.
Yeah.
It's to help fight Russia. It's not a conspiracy. No, I'm not claiming it is a conspiracy. I'm just saying that it's a waste of money. We're losing money sending it to them. What is purity culture? Saving yourself for marriage and shaming intimacy outside of marriage.
Yeah, it's really not to. I don't think it's really even to fight Russia. I'm to be totally honest with you. I think that the whole reason they're laundering all this money is so that they can be like, well, we can't fix things around here. We've looked at our budget. We've spent all this money.
Right.
And they're going to be like, well, it was for a good cause,
Right. So Russia should be an actual ally. I agree with that. If you seriously believe all this, you should find a new a hobby. Why do we need a new hobby? So
this
it
is
is
a hobby, bro. This is our life, bro. Tap the screen, people.
So Mick has a conspiratorial mind towards it. I didn't. You can't lump us both into it together. I don't know. It could be a conspiracy. It could be not a conspiracy. It could just be incompetency from the United States government. That wouldn't surprise me if it's just pure incompetency. Seriously.
Uh-oh, they said we're spreading misinformation. We're about to lose $49 million or whatever it is.
A misinformation regarding what?
Yeah, I'm just.
So you want men to be celibate? Yeah, until you find the right woman. Yes. And I want women to be, so it's not even being celibate. It's just saving yourself for the right person. Because that's a very intimate thing.
Yeah. And ideally, you wouldn't have to stay celibate for long if there was a bunch of, purity women of purity. Then you wouldn't have to wait forever to find one who's not a hoochie mama.
What's your take on Brittany, whatever her face is? Don't care. Keep her. Whatever
his face is.
Yeah. Who cares? They can keep her. We can get her. I don't care. I really don't care. Who watches the WNBA anyway? Seriously.
They're really going to try. Supposedly the person that they're trying to do the prisoner exchange for is a dude who's responsible for a bunch of dead Americans and stuff. They call him like the merchant of death. He's like an arms dealer, and we're going to trade this chick for her.
Yeah, I know. And then somebody
like, what the hell? That's like a bad trade. We're getting ripped off.
Right. Well, who cares? So somebody else here has something much more important to talk about aside from that woman or whatever she is. Minimum of $3 billion sent to the Star of David state. Yeah. That should be stopped. 100%. 100%. We all agree. We all get it. We all agree. I think of the idea of saving yourself until marriage is kind of naive, but that's me personally. I think you thinking it's naive is, it's not naive. Many people do it. Many people do it. It's naive to think the other way. Yes, she's a woman. Honor culture excited the Republican Party when they brought Trump in. Yeah, that's fine. I'm talking about honoring your last name, honoring your family, honoring yourself. Like I saw, like here's a big issue. Mick, I wonder if you experienced this too. So when I was working for other people, I would always notice that it was very rare to have somebody show up on time at work, like to be on time consistently. It was more often than not when we got a new hire, wherever I was, whether it have been in the corporate setting, whether it be in the automotive shop, there was always handfuls of people who would be there late. And there was no issue with that. And there were people that would, Adelaide, Mila, don't play with that. She has the plug. I mean, she's just putting it in like the door hinge, but still. Anyway.
There would be no, so like you're saying that people would show up to work late and then they wouldn't get in trouble. Like they're just like, whatever.
Yeah, pretty much. Right. I mean, and so having an honor culture is just respecting other people like in society and caring about your reputation, right? Like people say, I don't care what other people think about me. Well, that's ludicrous because you need to care what other people think about you because you can't get a job without other people liking you. You can't move up in the world without other people liking you. You need other people to be successful in this life.
Yeah, I mean, I see this all the time, dude. I got people who are lazy as hell at my work. Like, it's just, It's part of the culture, unfortunately. And employers seem to put up with it a lot because they just need the help. And, personally, where I work, I'd be cracking heads, man. There's so many dumb people who work that are lazy. But
yeah, man.
I guess, sometimes business owners just kind of deal with it because they really need the help. I'm not sure.
I think that's right. They need the help. It's hard to find good work. Yes, honor is in short supply these days, 100%. Hey, what's going on?
Hey, what's going on, guys?
It's going all right.
So I don't disagree with a lot of the stuff you guys are talking about. I mean, the only what you just said, that's where I got in here about people caring what other people think about you. I base things on what I do, not what people think of me. So if I have a job and I do a great job at my job, my boss never complains about me, things like this, and I take that to the next job, It doesn't matter if I'm liked or not. It matters if I can do the job or not. And talking about people being lazy and things like that, every single, I'm 53 years old. Every single job I've had since I was 11 years old, I can point out 5 people that just say, why do I have to do it when you can do it too? Why don't you just do it, get the job done, and we can all go home on time?
Right.
So how'd you guys come up with these ideas?
I mean, just life, man. Just life and becoming based as we grow older. As we're seeing the world for what it is. It's truly how we come to these conclusions.
When
I would say,
time chasing tail, you have more time to, create your own.
So,
tail.
One of the things that I've
You have
learned.
more time to concentrate on the things that are more important than, where am I going to get laid next?
Yeah, exactly. I mean, that was a big thing for me when I was in my early 20s. And I was something else, dude. I had a girlfriend where I lived here now, and then I had 2 different girlfriends back in Michigan, who I would split my time with when I'd come and visit on the weekend. So it was it was insane the more I look at it, like, because one of them, not like she definitely wanted a family and I didn't. And so I definitely damaged her a little bit, and that's not cool. And the other one, same deal. I mean, all 3 of them, I contributed to that in some way, shape, or form. And so that's not good, but I'm not against either, like, people who want to have multiple like a man, if you have, 2 or 3 wives, that's cool. Just be faithful to your 2 or 3 wives. The issue is more so promiscuity. I have no issue with polygamy. It's just promiscuity is the big issue. And
As long as you're dedicated to the
Yeah, exactly.
you're okay with it.
Exactly. Yeah. As long as you're going to be there to raise your family.
The only thing with that for me is I have a hard enough time dealing with one woman. I don't know if I
I
can
get
deal
it.
with two at the same time.
I get it. I get it, dude. I get
It's
it.
not for everybody, man.
Yeah, me either. Like I got one wife. I'm happy with that. So I don't need another wife. I already have
Almost 23 years.
that's awesome,
Been
man.
happy every single day.
But I want to touch back on to what you were talking about earlier, which was you just care about doing a good job. And that is one of the most honorable things a man can do. I'm not even just saying that to say that. I truly mean that. But for the men that are, going to be leading and finding the jobs, so I'm a business owner, right? So if you were my employee, I would need to be liked in the greater community and have a good reputation in order to get you more work. You see what I mean? So there's layers to it. So while you are right, you can just be a really good worker and do a really good job, and people will hire you because of the work you do. And maybe people will employ, and a lot of people will employ you because of the work you do too. But also to get that business to grow and all of these things, you need to have people to like you as well. It doesn't mean to be fake. I'm not encouraging people to be two-faced and to just lie to have people like you. But it's just knowing who you are and making yourself charismatic. That's all. And so reputation is a very important thing in the world. You have a reputation for being a good worker.
Right. See, the town I live in, I do apartment maintenance and I do apartment management. I do them both at the same time. I'm the only employee.
Okay.
But the company I work for, they understand that I didn't have a shirt on, so I didn't.
It's all good. It's all good.
What does it say?
Now
It
that I
says,
have one
let's
on.
get Biden to what? What did your thing say? Let's get Biden to quit?
Yep.
So you were
That's
saying.
not a very good work ethic to just quit. We don't want him to just, that's not very honorable.
Well, no, we just want to give him so much. We want so much pressure put on him that. Okay, now the reason I have that, and people do not understand when I say this, I know just by listening and watching Biden that he has dementia. The reason I know that is because, like I said, I do apartment maintenance and management for an elderly and or disabled facility. So I work around people with different stages of dementia every single day.
Gotcha.
Okay. And so I know, and I have a speech impediment. I didn't learn to talk till I was 4 years old, and there are certain words I cannot say without stuttering. He doesn't have a stutter. What he has is dementia that makes him forget, or allows him to forget what he's saying at the time.
Allegedly. Hey, just don't take offense to this. We just have to do these things for the algorithm. Allegedly, he has this.
Okay. Allegedly. Okay.
We agree. We're on the same page, by the way. Don't think we're not.
Right. No.
We just have to be. Yeah, you get it. Censorship.
I have a hard time thinking. Okay, you shouldn't say that.
Right. No, it's all good. It's all good, man.
So, but because I see that every single day, I think the medical, I can't think of the word I'm thinking of. The medical field, the people in the medical field, the people who deal with this kind of stuff should step forward and put so much pressure on this administration to get him to quit for his own good. Because it's just going to get worse the more pressure he's under.
Right.
It'll get more entertaining. That's for sure.
I mean, if you guys go to my, I'm not trying to get
it's all good
to go to my videos, but there's one video that explains his speaking, and it's a video of a child trying to read a book, and it's Biden's speechwriter.
Right on. So yeah, all right, man. I mean, are there any other topics that I want to try to keep this on topic?
Let me see. Start a family. So you're saying now? See, I like that. Start a family. Start a farm. Start a family farm. That way you have something to hand down to your kids. So, but no, I just wanted to come in and say, hey guys, keep up the good work. I came in a little bit late, but what I heard up to till I came in, I'm with you guys 100%.
Thanks for the support.
Yeah, man, we appreciate it.
Let's get it to 2,000. Thanks,
okay,
buddy.
I'm gonna tap it once I get off here.
All right, sounds good, man. Thank you.
Peace.
So as an actual
Yeah,
medical
we got about
doctor,
5 more minutes, Luis.
as an actual medical doctor, I can say that won't happen. I don't know what we're talking about in the comment section exactly, but yeah,
Thank you guys for the likes.
Heaven VP, I hope you're doing well, man. I hope you're doing well. Farm for sure. Hey, what's going on? Friendly Differences, guys. Friendly Differences. I will be on their podcast on Sunday.
Yeah,
6 p.m.
I've been meaning to talk to you about that.
So 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. I'll be on their pod. I think it's 3 PST Pacific time over there. Sunday. This Sunday. They have a really cool podcast. I subscribe to their YouTube channel. They talk about interesting topics. Everybody is interested in these cultural topics that they discuss, abortion, things like that is the latest one that they came out with. I can't recall any other ones off the top of my head, but yeah, we had a chat. I think it was yesterday. He came on the live stream. Good dude.
Nice. Well, I'm looking forward to seeing that. So
make
sure you guys, make sure you guys tune in at 6 p.m. tomorrow.
Yep. So I think
is it going to be here on TikTok then?
I think it's going to be on YouTube. It's going to be live, I believe. Cheers for that. Yep. Pure what? Purity. Peace, brother. Very happy for your family. Your act is doing well. Thank you, man. I hope you're doing well too. He's a surgeon. This guy's a surgeon. He was one of the first people to start following us. He's a cool dude.
Nice.
He's a cool dude. We stream live on YouTube, Twitter, and Facebook. Awesome. That's we stream live to YouTube, Twitter, and Twitch.
Everywhere, so.
Yep. So and I'm looking forward to that. The topic I think is a good one. It has me thinking a lot. It does, because I want to be, very thoughtful in my answering to it. So, what's up, honey? Yep.
Well, yeah, I think that's about all I have. I hope you guys all have a good day. I got to get out of here.
What do you consider honor culture? Yeah, man, if you got to go, that's cool. I'm probably going to get out of here soon as well.
Yeah.
But yeah, honor culture.
I got like 4 more minutes, so we can bullshit in the comments for a minute.
Yeah, so honor culture is just honoring your last name, honoring your reputation, honoring society. The topic is ignoring people. Dude, if you don't stop saying the same thing again and again, I will not answer you. So stop telling me I'm ignoring you. Bye. Good. See you. Blocked. Banhammer. Boom. MOT today, if you're able to watch along and comment, then the last 15, 20 minutes, we open up the lines. There you go, Mick. Yeah, Mick is my co-host for MOT today. He's my partner in crime here for MOT everything pretty much. So.
Yeah, that would be great. I'll try to make an effort to be on. Me and you will talk about this a little bit more, Luis, later today. Yeah, for sure. But yeah, I mean, if anybody else wants to hop on in to talk about any of these topics, we can do that. I know Mick has to get out of here soon. I have to get out of here kind of soon too. But if you guys have anybody else wants to hop in, feel free. Any comments, questions, feel free to throw them in there. Looks like we're going to have some good weather here. I thought it was going to be storming and stuff. I know. It looks really nice. I'm about to go out and enjoy nature a little bit here and do some things around my house. And we got a whole shit ton of shit to do. We're going to like a birthday party tomorrow, and then we're going to a birthday party tonight. But this one's like an adult's birthday party. Nice. But tomorrow we got like 2 birthday celebrations for kids. Right on. So there's nothing but goodness. Without a religious view in our Constitution, USA won't have honor culture. Yeah, I agree with that. Yeah, I don't necessarily even think that there can be anything like separation of church and state. A couple days ago, we had 2 tornado sirens here in the same day in St. Louis. Well, you're right in Tornado Alley. That was a mistake in the founders. Or was it? Or was it a mistake in the founders? We are not a theocracy. Nobody's claiming we're the theocracy. I'm just saying that I don't necessarily think that separation of church and state is even possible. Yeah. All right, guys. I'm going to get out of here. Make sure you tap the screen. And make sure you tune in tomorrow at 6 p.m. We're going to be sharing this everywhere. Make sure you check out the other TikTok channels. We got MOT Today 1, that's me. And then we got MOT Sports, which me and someone else are running the sports division at MOT. Check us out on Facebook, Twitter, we're on everything. Tap the screen, let's get it to 3,000. I'm out of here, guys.
See you, man.
Have a fantastic weekend.
All right. Hi. So, yeah, I'll stay on here for a little bit longer if you guys have anything that you want to add. If not, I'm going to get out of here. Mila, can you please stop? Can you not play with that? No. We have separation of church and state now, and it works well. No, you don't. I mean, you have it's a demonic church that's integrated in the state right now. There is definitely a church integrated in the state. There always is, because you always have a philosophical, a religious guidance in your belief systems. Religion should have influence in the law. That's why places like GCC are safe to raise families. I don't know where GCC is, but yeah, I mean, like Saudi Arabia is one of the safest countries to live in. Extremely religious. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Thank you. Come hang out, 22. So, yeah, I mean, I think, if you have a good religious backbone to your nation, a strong honor culture and purity culture, I think your nation will inevitably do well. I think that's why the United States did so well in the beginning. And I think this is precisely why we're failing now, is because we don't have those things. So, Arab Golf. Gotcha. So, let's see. Dubai. Okay. I don't pay taxes and got an Audi for voting 7 times for Joe Biden. Right on. Good for you. What would happen if you voted 8 times? Then should we send migrants to liberals' homes? Yeah, you could. That'd be cool. So, yeah, I mean, what would happen if you voted 10 times? Would you get like I don't even know, like a Bentley? Because I guess you can buy a used Bentley for like $80,000. Saudi Arabia that's barbaric. You call it barbaric, I call it based. Based. Mike, Dave, that's based. They get it. But all right, guys. I'm going to get out of here. Check us out tomorrow at the Friendly Differences Pod. Purity Culture, really? Yeah, really, Hanova, whatever you pronounce your name. Base as an evil. You can think that. Yep. Purity Culture. And people should walk around with a bottle full of holy water. Appreciate the shout out, bud. Yeah, man. Thanks for tuning in, and thanks for the invite. I look forward to it. But all right. Give it a little bit here. I guess I'll go until, what time is it now? 12:33. We'll go until 12:40. If you want to jump on before then to test, I'm free. Awesome. Yeah, let's do that. Send me an invite. I'll send you my email. I'll DM you my email, and you can send me the invite, and we'll test it out and everything. So yeah, that'd be cool. Be really cool. I'm looking forward to it. I really am. It's the first time I've been invited on somebody else's podcast. So, unrealistic expectations of men and women to keep their feeling guilty. Yeah, it's not so much to keep them feeling guilty, and it is very realistic. I'm sorry that you sound like a promiscuous woman and that you have a hard time keeping them closed. But yeah, it is very possible. Take care as well. I think you just can't find a wife, so you want strict religion culture to facilitate it for you. Uh, I don't think you know what you're talking about. I I have 3 children and a wife. Yeah. If the Republicans win the next election, North America will start to become the next North Korea. Whatever. What's honor and purity culture? Yeah. Honor culture is honoring your last name, honoring the people in your family, honoring your reputation, and be willing to defend it. Not necessarily always with aggression, but, you know, it can be verbally. It can just be to stand up for your family and self. And then purity culture is to simply save yourself for marriage, which is a very realistic thing you can do. It's not unrealistic. It's very realistic, actually. Florida has a Cuban immigrant. Build a wall. Yeah, I mean, you could do that. I don't know how well the wall would stand, though. Maybe it'll protect people from hurricanes. Maybe you can just say, build, have a hurricane wall. There you go. That's never going to happen. What, hurricane walls? What about people who don't want to get married? Are they just supposed to be abstained forever? Well, when you do have intimacy with somebody, I would consider that being a form of marriage, because you wedlock, you lock, right? You become one. And that's the purpose of being married, is to become one, to become a unit. Me and my homies are kissing. All right. Goodbye. Alaska is the last safe place to live. I don't know that I agree with that. I mean, I think I live in a relatively safe place. There's a lot of safe places around the world. And why wouldn't you want to get married? I mean, there's like no reason not to want to get married unless you are not interested in, having a family ever in your life. You need a safe space. I consider my home my safe space. I'm very safe and comfortable in my home. I sure hope you have a safe space as well, as far as your home goes. Love that since they started to DC, they are finishing. Yeah, right. I know it's all nonsense, because human exhale too much CO2. We need to exterminate them from. Yeah, you're silly, Jacob. Why don't you start? Why don't you lead by example? The Bible is not inspired by God. Okay. How does purity culture navigate divorce? Well, you just eliminate no-fault divorce, and this is where honor culture comes in. The female and the man want to honor their families, so the last thing they would want to do is get a divorce. They would do everything they can to work out their marriage. There are certain things that would qualify as, a means for divorce. If the woman is, if she is unfaithful, that certainly is one. I would even argue if the man is unfaithful, that certainly is one. But I don't know anything else outside of that would lead to a divorce. I mean, yeah, you can chuck up abuse, right? That could be a case. But you shouldn't just be able to say, I no longer have feelings for this person. I don't want to live with them anymore. Yeah, I said abuse. Yeah, of course. Yeah, for sure. But I don't think that there's much outside of that would qualify as divorce. And it shouldn't just be like, I don't like this person anymore. Why is it that the Christian South gets the most divorces? That's a good question. Probably because they're fake Christians. That would be my assumption. I mean, Christians aren't any better at not getting divorces than non-Christians. Nobody's making that argument. Be miserable. Yay. No, it's not being miserable. My wife and I are very happy. You're more empowered when you have a unit than you are being divided. But you think that there should be no fault? Yeah, there should be no fault. There should be a reason why you're getting a divorce and why get married: to have families, to have stable homes. It has nothing to do with being Christian. It's a silly argument. If you don't love them, you shouldn't be married. Yeah, exactly. And if you don't love them, you shouldn't be intimate with them. Your body, if you're aroused by somebody, your body is subconsciously telling you that you would want to have children with that person. That's the only reason why you would be in that state. What if they stop loving each other? Oh, well, you can rekindle that love. You know, you can ask anybody who's been in like a 60-year relationship. They'll tell you there are ebbs and flows in the relationship for sure. But just because you stop loving each other doesn't mean that you should get a divorce either. You can always find that spark. You can always come back together. Nah, it's because we like. Yeah, I know, and that's disgusting. Can you be fascist and Christian? Sure. Well, no. That there's no marriage is a man and a woman. People can have children without getting married. They can technically, yes, but you definitely should be married and create a stable environment for your children. You can have a family without marriage. Yeah, you can, for sure. But marriage is very, very important to having a successful family. Basically, you're just saying, I'm afraid of commitment. They get married and divorced at higher rate. I don't know that that's true, but yeah, Christians do get divorced, and in the West, at least. I don't know about the East, right? Like we can talk about like Romania, Russia, Hungary, other Eastern European countries that are also Christian. I don't know what their divorce rates are. Christians are kind of bad people, full stop. They're not. That's kind of like a very broad generalization and bigoted of you. Who said it's only the definition forever until 2 seconds ago? And marriage is to make a family. No, they can't. It's a lie. They're lying. It's not even a thing. That isn't even a thing, what you're talking about. It's not real. Is it only to make children? It's to make children in a family and to have a partner for life. To have somebody that you would work in unison with to build a good family and build a good home. And yeah, it's for so much more than just having children, but children are like the cornerstone of marriage. Is not rooted in wanting to have children with them. Yeah, I know, it's called depravity. It's called sinful behavior. It's not a broad generalization. A church can only be good as its preacher. No, a church can only be as good as its people. Men have been, it's not marriage though. You can be deluded and think it is, but it's not. People came to this country to get away from governments run by a state religion. Yeah, that's what they say. How does having a committed ceremony make a family more stable? Because you're then saying, I'm committing to you for the rest of my life. You are the only one I choose to be with and raise a family with. Do you necessarily have to be married? No, you don't. But marriage overall is the institute in which you build families out of. It is how nations are made, societies are made, cultures are made. Everybody since the beginning of time. Dude kind of saying, yeah, I am a Christian nationalist. I would say that. But multiple countries had marriage or equal equality between any consenting. Yeah, well, they're lying. Children are optional to a marriage, and marriage is optional to parents. It's the reason you get married, though. You don't get married for love. Like, this is insane. The reason why you get married is to have children and, align families together. I would like to think having a stable family above all requires work. That's what it does. It does. But it also requires commitment. And marriage is that ultimate commitment. Divorce rates skyrocket in religious populations. And they also skyrocket in anti-religious populations as well. But this is more of a modern phenomenon. I mean, you can look at the Indian divorce rate, and it's like 1%, and they're a very religious culture. So that's like saying my parents shouldn't have gotten a divorce because I was born. No, I mean, if like your mom or your dad cheated on one another, that's grounds for a divorce. If your dad was abusive, that's ground for divorce. But they shouldn't just be able to get a divorce because they don't love each other anymore. That's silly. Why would anyone take advice from this balding weak man? Says is fact. Definitely not balding. Definitely not weak. You disagree with most of the population and the government about the definition? Yeah, because they're wrong. They're wrong. Yes, exactly, Jacob. I got married for love, and so do many people. Yeah, because that's a modern way of thinking. Christian nationalism is what called 11,000. Yeah, okay. I myself can say I will get married for love, not children. Yeah, I know. It's a modern phenomenon. Everybody's brainwashed to get married for love. Clearly, marriage isn't about commitment. If so many divorce happens, marriage isn't this magical thing. It is supposed to be a magical and beautiful thing, but humans can corrupt it. You guys are conflating the negative side with marriage and then saying that therefore marriage should never take place because marriage can be bad. Anything can be bad when humans are involved in it. It's their money and their family. Why do you care? I don't know what you're talking about. Also, how are these cultures lying about having marriage? There's no such thing about marriage equality. There's just marriage between a man and a woman. It's your reason. It's not everyone's reason, and it's the right reason either. It's just some people's. No, it is the right reason to get married is to build a stronger family outside of your family, expand your resources, and procreate, pass on your bloodline. Because the marriage is saying, I'm picking you over other people to pass on my bloodline with. And then we will share resources, and that child of ours will also get the resources of both of our families. Just a social construct that you are using to oppress people. If you think that, Chris, that's okay. No. Not what marriage shouldn't happen. It's about letting people choose for any reason. They should get married because there's an attraction to one another, right? Attraction is big. There should be a attraction between the man and a woman who are looking to get married. There should also be some sort of cohesive belief that both families share. There should then also be resources in which you will be willing to share with that other person, and that family, that opposite family, should be willing to share with your family, etc. And then there should be the shared desire to procreate, because procreating brings more people in the world. More people in the world, the better. And you then pass on your resources to that person. So both family lines continue on. It's a very selfless thing to do. The world has 10 years of food left, and we meet Jesus. Yeah, whatever. Married 22 years. It is rare, but I love my wife and kids. Good for you, man. It is rare these days. It didn't used to be. Commitment to one another. Yeah, exactly. I mean, marriage is a beautiful thing. And I get it. Many people have a skewed view of marriage these days because their parents had horrible marriages. My parents are divorced. And it's, Mick said that his mom, I think married twice or something like that, or once or twice, something like that. Yeah, but that doesn't mean that you just throw it out. Marriage is a beautiful thing. Having children is a beautiful thing as well. All right. So, yeah, but I mean, if this is it, let's see. The world is losing the ability to sustain life. No, it's not. You can take your fear porn elsewhere. Be fearful elsewhere. Hey, what's going on?
I'd like to ask about. Hi, man. I'd like to ask about a couple of your points. So you said you're a Christian nationalist.
Yeah.
You are aware what Christian nationalism has done to the world, right?
You are, yeah. I mean, every ideology, every belief system can do bad things. Yes.
Okay. Again, yeah, Christian nationalism has committed thousands of genocides.
Yeah, and it's also built up the Western civilization in which we live in, which is a beautiful place. So there's a good and bad side. There's a good and bad side. Yeah, for sure. So you can focus on the bad side if you want. That's cool. Right. But I could say, I don't know. I'm not even going to assume what your philosophical, political ideologies are. But, we could just say capitalism's good, bro. Cool. Well, capitalism has also killed a lot of people by the industrial age. It's destroyed a lot of families because of the industrial age. We could then say socialism is a very good way to live life. But then we can point to numerous countries where socialism has taken a lot of lives. But we could also point to a lot of things that socialism has gotten right. And we can also point to a lot of things that capitalism has got right. And then we can also point to a lot of things that nationalism has got right. We can also point to a lot of things that globalism has got right. Okay? So just because an ideology has every ideology has a bad one to it. So to try to negate my ideology, my belief, because it has something bad in it is insane.
Christian nationalism. You live in a country where Christian nationalism took out, 60% of the indigenous population alone? And you still can see the good in that?
Well, it wasn't Christian nationalism, by the way. So by the way, it wasn't really Christian nationalism that forged America.
It was. Britain was a Christian nationalist kind of country. It was a Christian imperialist nation.
Yeah, well, the people that were fleeing to America had all different kinds of Christian beliefs. So there wasn't a unity in their Christian nationalism to begin with. Right? Like a little known fact was in certain colonies, you had to have a license to preach their version of Christianity. And if you did not have a license and you preached a different version of Christianity, you could be punished for that. So there wasn't like a united front on Christian nationalism. It was very fragmented and divided. And there were many different beliefs.
Okay, so then did Christian nationalism build America or it didn't?
What I said was Western civil. No, I never said America. You're conflating America with all.
Again, so Western civilization.
Yes, and Western civilization includes all of Western civilization includes all of Europe and all of the Americas, pretty much. I mean, it's with the exception of South America, right? South America is its own little thing, but yeah.
Well, again, yeah, sure, we can say that. Again, also, built on genocide.
You can say everything was built on genocide. You're ignorant to history. You are ignorant to history. You are a sheeple. I can make the argument that capitalism has led to genocide. I can make a very logical argument for it. I can make a logical argument that communism has led to genocide. Socialism has led to genocide. Nihilism has led to genocide. So, bro, what do you believe in? Tell me what you believe in. What? No. What is your political? Stop it. What is your political belief? Tell me your political belief. What's your political belief?
The Maori Treaty.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry. One more time.
The Treaty of Waitangi. The treaty that connected Maori and colonizer.
You want to
explain the Treaty of Indigenous people?
Okay.
So basically, colonizers came, they found some Polynesians, tried to kill us all, realized they were losing, so they begged, hey, give us a treaty, and then when we were signing the treaty, they shot us in the backs.
Yeah, I mean, that happens, man. That's unfortunate.
Honor the treaty. That's my political opinion.
Gotcha.
It's because we were non-Christian. It's because we were non-Christians.
Gotcha. Yeah, I mean,
same with the indigenous kids, bro. They were non-Christians.
Yeah, so
inherently fucking evil.
Yeah, so I totally get your disdain for it. Then I do.
Your churches is built on stolen land.
Well, all land is stolen. Logically, it's ignorant to say that any land is stolen because all land is stolen over time. All land. You cannot find a nation that wasn't built on stolen land. Fact.
Yeah, again, that's kind of the point. Again, Britain, a Christian nation, invaded
your people. I guarantee you, if you go back and far enough in your history, you will see warring tribes to make the solidified nation you have now. So there was a time where
history has acknowledged. New Zealand before colonization wasn't a whole united thing.
Yeah, I know, bro. And that's what I'm saying, that you can go back into China, right? China had this warring state period where there were a bunch of different tribes, kingdoms, and they were all warring to fight and take over all of China. This happened, right? So this happens to every nation.
It wasn't Polynesia.
I know, but what I'm telling you is that every nation pretty much has experienced this. It isn't anything new, and it isn't unique to Christianity. Muslims do this. I don't know that Hindus have done this.
Yeah, but Christianity has done it on the biggest possible scale. Christianity's on the biggest possible scale with the biggest modern consequences.
Yeah, well, I think that war is...
They're still finding kids in Canada. America's too scared to even try. They found, 700 in Mexico. These are all Catholic or Christian nations colonized by Catholics and Christians.
Yep.
So you're talking about Christian nationalism.
Yep.
You live in a country where
you don't even know my...
harm, rape, murder, and kill.
But you don't even know what my Christian beliefs are to begin with. There's many different, as I've already explained to you.
I don't need to know.
You do.
You're a Christian nationalist. You've made many homophobic points.
You do. Yeah, that's
So
cool.
really, that's all that
Well, no,
matters.
and here's the insane thing. I'm not afraid of anybody that's a homosexual, which is what homophobia means. I'm not afraid of them. I'm not at all. They are the least fearful people. They are the least fearful people. They are the least scary people I've ever met in my life. They are the least threatening people I've ever met in my life. I am far from afraid of them. I do not agree with their lifestyle. I do not agree with their lifestyle. And I have the right to believe that.
Should I take away your rights?
You can try.
I don't agree with your lifestyle. Should I take
You can
away your
try.
rights? Oh, shit, I might give me some muko mokai. Fuck.
You can try. I mean, like, this is how nations are formed, bro. Like, you can try to take over my rights. You can try to impose your culture over mine. You can try.
Well, no, the difference being I'm not a piece of shit. That's what Christians do. That's an inherently Christian thing to do.
All right. See, he's being extremely disrespectful because he's so triggered, and I get it. He's a triggered boy. As far as they bust, Mesopotamia at its earliest is a good example. I think he was on my side, the 00 suits. I could be wrong. But, yeah, I mean, he's over here calling me these names. I never once called him a name. So who's more bigoted in that scenario? Is it me or is it him? It's him. Because bigoted means to be closed-minded. Right? I can sit over here and complain about the Islamic culture, but I don't because I think it's very beautiful. But I could say historically they've hurt a lot of Christians, but I don't say that because I understand that they're bigger than just that. For me to think that way would be extremely bigoted. Why purity culture? Because intimacy is a very sacred thing. And so you should save yourself for the person that you want to make a family with and that you will spend the rest of your life with. There's a lot of psychological factors that go into promiscuity as well that are extremely negative. There's more nuance, but you can't understand. Purity culture isn't even biblical. It is actually. I mean, purity culture says that you should save yourself for marriage. No, I mean, Christians, Muslims understand that purity is the most sacred thing one can bring to marriage. I don't need to show you the scripture. It doesn't matter. You can find the scripture. It is not a social construct. You are a silly, silly girl. It's actually a thing. Like, there's this thing called popping the C word. I don't know what I can say on here or not. It's a thing. It's legit. You can't find it because it isn't there. Okay. I mean, bye-bye. I mean, so, all right, guys. yeah, so that's going to be it for the show today. We'll be here tomorrow. The Hey Man, LOL, that's not a thing. See, this is a very feminine thing to do. Like, did your husband allow you on the computer today? Oh my gosh. Yeah, like you shouldn't even be here. So yeah, all right, guys. Much love. I hope you enjoyed the show. MOT Media, everything. We will see you tomorrow.